So Jess, you're a multi-world champion 24-hour mountain biker. What got you into the sport to begin with?
Well, really, if I was to be honest, it was just influences of other people. I saw other people riding bikes out on mountain bike trails back in the early 90s, and the trails back then were totally different. However, I had a real love of bushwalking and getting out and about and exploring. So when I had my first go at mountain biking through my brother-in-law actually, I was just hooked. I was scared, but totally hooked.
And what advice would you give women who are maybe in that similar situation right now where they're a little bit freaked out and maybe they don't have a brother-in-law who can take them out, but they want to give it a go?
Yeah, absolutely. I would say first off, find perhaps a riding group, or even like we run skill sessions. Certainly find other support. Often a lot of us women, we wait until we're 100% perfect, until we finally go, I'm ready to go mountain biking now.
Relax, ladies.
Just relax, enjoy.
Just going back to when you did first start out, you said that mountain biking was really different. What about the engagement of women in that sport at the time? What was it like?
Oh, there wasn't very many, and the people that were out mountain biking were probably just, well, the people that I knew were those elite riders that were riding really well, and then those beginner riders were probably that far, you know, like real beginner, I want to ride rail trail kind of person. But now, I think it's huge. The marketplace is growing with women, and it's really exciting to see there are groups of chicks rocking up to mountain bike trails with no boys in tow and doing their own thing, and that's fantastic to see.
What have you been really proud of lately for women and mountain biking?
I think one of the big things that's evolved over time is equal prize money in a lot of events, and that's really starting to become more of the norm. And when a promoter isn't offering like equal prize money, it's like talked about hugely. So that's a huge thing. Look, I'd say just the categories. So for example, I know when I first started out mountain biking, you were either an elite woman or a sport woman, so sport being entry and elite. And now there's, you know, recognising that there are other age groups as well, and realising and understanding, like triathlon, that if you split them all down into age groups, you're going to get people participating in events.
How do you race a mountain bike for 24 hours without going to sleep?
Yeah, well look, I think the more technical the trail is, the more it has on offer, like more features and more fun stuff, the less likely you are to fall asleep. And you could say, what's it like to drive up the Hume Highway as opposed to drive up Mount Buller? The next thing is, how do you race it? Well, I'm a firm believer, and I have this little 1% rule, that when I started mountain biking, I wanted to get better. And I just applied a 1% rule, and it was as simple as this. If I get out one day a week and improve one facet of my riding by 1%, and I do that for 1 hour every week, in a month's time, in a year's time, I've got to be better. So when I started applying that rule to actually conquering a 24-hour, I was no trailblazer. People before me had ridden and raced and won 24-hour races. But I figured the same thing applies.
What goes through your head at the 8-hour, the 16-hour and the 20-hour mark?
Well, exactly what you're probably imagining. Oh, I'm 8 hours in. That's only 1/3 of the race done. Shit. Oh, yeah, but you know what? I always say to people, tomorrow comes. So I always say, make the most of it. Get out there, you turned up, you chose to be here, race hard, have no regrets.
What's your proudest achievement?
Wow. Yeah, I would say, for me, it's a really hard question. I would have to say actually fronting up at the start line in 2010 and looking at all these amazing women. There was about 30 elite women from all over the world, and going, oh gee, she looks good, oh she looks fast, oh wow, wow, wow. And then going, hang on a minute, you've trained, you've done all the things that they've done. Why can't you be the winner? Someone's got to be it, why can't it be me? That thought went through my head, and I went, yeah, actually, shit, that's the code of life. If you want it, go get it. The only thing stopping you is yourself and excuses, and that's why I say about being persistent and consistent with, you know, the marketplace and everything. That's all it is. There is no shortcuts in life. And I won. And when I won, I just went, wow, Yeah, I have so cracked the code. So
You've cracked the code of life.
yeah, and that was it. And so now when I do stuff, yeah, I wake up in the morning and I go, oh, I've got to do this, this, and this, and this, and this today. All right, just do what you need to do. It's important. Nothing that I do in life is open heart surgery with someone on a table waiting to die or live. It's just fun. So have fun. That's all I do. I just have fun, make some money so that I can live again tomorrow.
Awesome note to finish on. Thanks, Jess.
No worries.